Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with some more Master Duel content. We're going to go over our ultra athletes and everything you need to know about this deck. This deck is not top tier, but I feel like it's really strong, and yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential. I think it's stronger than the Plunder Patrol deck that you probably just watched a couple of days ago, and yeah, it's just because it's so easy to pilot, and it does a lot of things actually, which I'll showcase you. But this is the deck list so far. We're running 2 Maxis, 3 Ashes, 1 Water Enchantress. This is up to date, by the way, even though the gameplay is a little bit old. We're running 2 midfielders, 2 Libero Spikers. The Adventure Engine is very good in this deck. But why we're running only 2 of these is because these guys can actually be a brick if you run at 3. These are your starters though, so they're very important to get, but they're also quite bricky as they're not as powerful. If you draw too many copies of these, you're not actually going to be that powerful. We're running 2 Perfect Aces. This is our Omni Negate of the archetype, which is really strong. This is a kind of a monster negate, but it is a monster negate if they can go into defense position, which is really nice. And this is the offensive unit, the Dreadnought Dunker, which allows you to pierce defense position monsters, and when you inflict battle damage you can destroy a card, which is very strong. Adventure Engine. I'm running Barbarian with Playmaker because I like to OTK people, but you don't really have, it's not necessary. This card is probably the worst card off the pack, but it's really nice to have because if you pulled it by accident or something, you can play it because it's a cool UA, UR, and it's got an animation. This allows you to, like, you attack with this guy first, and then your other UA monsters will go do 800 damage extra. We're running 2 player managers. This is another negates everything or destroys 1. It's also a good interruption during enemy turn if you can special summon this on enemy turn. And yeah, it's really strong. And basically what the deck does is you want to set up your defensive line, which is usually Perfect Ace with block backer and some Adventure Engine shenanigans, and then when you're on your turn you can OTK, you can swap them out into your offensive units like Dreadnought Dunker, Playmaker and Player Manager, and just try to OTK. Sorry, I'm still a little bit coffee from COVID, but what we're supporting this with is Harpy's Feather Duster, to get rid of back row. Of course, Terraforming. This Terraforming is really good. You're running 5 field spells in UA Stadium, and 2 UA Stadiums and 2 UA Hyper Stadiums, which will allow you to go do your combo. This is not really a combo deck because you have to get the cards, but in a sense your combo is there is some sort of linear play to the deck, but it's and there's always a best line, but it's not like a very heavy combo deck. You just kind of play what you get and hope for the best. Foolish Burial Goods, we're running 3 copies, but you can run 2 if you want. This allows you to get rid of penalty box. This has a good effect on the field, but mainly the best, which allows you to banish a card for until the second end phase of your opponent's turn if they battle, and then this is at the start of the damage step as well, which is really important in some scenarios. But the main effect is when it's in the graveyard, you can actually banish this card to add a UA spell card, which is aka your field spell. It's quite strong, very strong. We're running 3 Pot of Extravagance. This because you don't really need your extra deck. I think the extra deck has come up a few times during my playtime with it. If you've been watching my stream, I've been able to summon a access code Torga, but yeah, Pot of Extravagance is pretty good because you actually really don't need your extra deck, but it is nice to have. Just draw 2. More Adventure Engine stuff. UA Stadium, this one allows you to search when you normal summon. Hyper Stadium will allow you to search when you play this, and also if you reveal another stadium and a cost of 1000 life points, you can actually go normal summon twice. We're playing 2 Corbides, the Grave, which is very stable, and 2 forbidden droplets. But anyway, let's jump straight into the gameplay, and I'll show you guys how to there is a good line to play majority of the time, and then I'll show you roughly what you have to do, the best line of play for other situations. So this is the first game, and I actually can't remember what happens in it, but we'll go through it, you know. Let's see. Loading in, jumping in, zoom. Let's go. So our hand is pretty decent. We have Foolish Burial Goods, but we are going second, so we'll have to see what he's playing. He's playing some Blue Eyes deck. Very interesting. So what we'll do first is probably Foolish Burials to get rid of Penalty Box. Penalty Box will be able to get your second stadium. So this is where the start of the combo is. Well, the best line of play is, because this will allow you to search for 3 cards in total. What you want to do first is play your Hyper Stadium, right? This will allow you to search for a card. Usually you want to search for your Perfect Ace or a level 4 starter, because you need a normal summon or something, right? This is what you need to start the game off. So we go for Libero Spiker. Usually I prefer Libero Spiker because its effect is a little bit better, because you can, if this is in play, you can shuffle 1 level 5 or higher UA monster from your hand in the deck, and you can special summon 1 UA monster from your deck instead of the midfielder, which will only special summon from your hand. Yeah. So after you get your Hyper Stadium down, you want to activate its effect, right? This will pay 1,000 life points and you get 2 summons. Okay, now you have activated it, so you have 2 summons. It's lingering, and then afterwards you want to replace that stadium with the regular UA stadium. Okay, so when you normal summon this, you get a search, right? You normal summon this Libero Spiker, you get a search. Player Manager, we're trying to get the OTK here. We go for we search for Player Manager. This will special summon itself once you special summon or normal summoned another UA monster, right? But you have to make sure, remember to chain it onto this. This will also give, you can also chain block with the UA Stadium, because it gives 500 attack to the UA monsters when you special summon. Okay, and then afterwards you can use this to pop a card. So we pop this face down, and he is susceptible, kind of. Afterwards, you want to normal summon again. So this is our second normal summon, which will, normal summon the Libero Spiker again. This will get us a Dunker. This is your second best offensive cards. If we're going first, we will want Perfect Ace plus Block Backer. If we're going second, we want to have Playmaker, Player Manager, and Dunker. This will allow us to usually OTK. So what we do here is, I'm going to attack with the Playmaker first. So if I attack with another card, they will have a lower attack, but because this will lower its attack, it will give 800 to another UA card to attack with. So you want to kill, you want to attack with Playmaker first, which is unfortunate because this card could have destroyed a card, but extra card if there was another card. Next, you want to attack and use this effect and chain on. It's really close to OTK, but it's not enough. So we actually have to go into our defensive line now, which is Block Backer and Perfect Ace. This will give us a Omni Negate plus a Pseudo Monster Negate if it goes into defense position, and we'll go into Libero Spiker, because Libero Spiker we can actually quick effect it to summon another Play Manager from the deck, which will give us a pop, and this will be a really good interruption, and we can also play our trap card as well. And we'll just wait and see what he can go for. He's going for Galaxy Eyes, and yeah, like I said, we're going to replace the Playmaker, and we're going to summon Playmaker to go into Player Manager, which will allow us to pop his card. And because we have another Play Manager in our hand, we can do it as well. So we can actually chain it, and we have 2 Player Managers now. And he scoops from there, which is super strong. Unfortunately, this is a once per turn effect, so you won't get 2 pops, but you can have a like a whole field negate as well. So this is the second game. The first game kind of shows you how you really want to play it. Going second, what you want to search for, what are the key cards. Hopefully I can show you how you want to play on turn 1 this time. So I go for extravagance first. You want an extravagance all the time. Go for 6, you get to draw 2. We go for foolish burials. This is always the same. We always want to get double stadiums. We want to get a hyper stadium and 1 regular stadium. This will allow us to search for free in the most ideal situation. So because we have our level 4 already, we're going to go for our perfect ace. Because we are going first, we want to set up a nice defensive line. If you don't have a level 4, you want to search for a level 4, because otherwise your plays just don't work from there. And you want to activate its effect, then replace it again. After that, we go into the midfielder. The midfielder doesn't really do anything, it's just going to go back into block backer. And then also we get another summon, normal summon. So we go into midfielder, and then we go to perfect ace. Unfortunately, and then we search for a player manager. Unfortunately, we have no way to play the player manager, but it's fine. He goes for imperm on this. This is not really worth, negating for, because I have to use ammo for it. And he looks like he's playing some element sabers. I've never seen this deck before. It looks quite interesting. And he actually is like playing through all of the stuff, which is actually kind of insane. So he negated my Omni Negate, and now he's also got rid of my Monster Negate. Kind of crazy. But he ends his turn because the defensive wall, their defense is actually quite high, so it's really hard to get through them. And now we can go with our stadium again. This will allow us to search back for our normal stadium. We're going to flip this one, and he's going to summon his La Pula Mana, which is going to be a very, very beefy guy, but we're going to negate his effect with the block backer. And we're going to switch our defensive line. We're going for a 2 normal summon again, and we go with the midfielder. Midfielder will be able to search for a card in a second. After we chain link our player manager, we're going for the OTK now. So we're gonna pop the mana with the play manager, and afterwards we're gonna switch out our midfielder with our playmaker. We could also switch out our defensive unit, but they've gained so much attack from this field spell, which will allow us to, go for attack. We can even switch out again for our dunker, but we just have enough for lethal anyway, so we're just attacking for lethal. As you can see, this board is absolutely overwhelming. I really like the playstyle of it. Going from defensive line to offensive line is really, really awesome, I feel. So this is my last game of this deck. This deck is so fun to play. If you guys try it out, you guys should definitely try it out. It's just so fun to play with. And yeah. So as you can see, we get a little bit lucky. We're open with event. This will showcase you the Adventurer engine with the double stadium opening, which is absolutely crazy. So we'll just do our normal Adventurer engine starter, but we need a normal summon to finish it up. So we had to go into our Hyper Stadium. We get our Libero Spiker, and we do the same thing again with the UA Stadium. And yeah, here we go. This is the regular Adventurer engine, and we're just gonna get 3 pluses with the deck. Setting up Draco back and Wandering Griffin. This will give us another Omni Negate. And now we'll just go into our normal defensive line into Perfect Ace. Normal summon the Libero Spiker again. Pick up a card, and then we're going to block backer. This is a menacing this is like basically like a top tier deck, right? Like for example, like top tier decks have like 5 Omni Negates on like on after turn 1. This is basically 5 Omni Negates. Okay, it's technically 3, but 2.5, let's be real. But that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot to stop a lot of plays. So we're against Cyber Dragon. This guy will go into his Cyber Dark stuff. I don't know what he's doing. I'm slowly reading this card during my play, and I'll find out when to negate. I think I probably negate the Power Bond here. Yeah, I negate it with the Wandering Griffin. I go in Wandering Griffin first. Power Bond down. Now I have one more Omni Negate. He goes into Cyber Dragon Sieger. So this is the negative thing about the blockbacker. Why it's not always that good is because Link monsters exist. They can't go to defense position, so you can't monster negate them, which is very, very sad. But we have Perfect Ace there, which is a you need ammo, but it's Omni Negate. So we negated it and destroyed it, which is really strong. And he tried to attack into the token, but it doesn't get destroyed because of Faithful Adventurer, which is really nice. So now we're back on our turn. It's really nice. We get to Harpy's Feather Duster his turn, which is nice. He has Overflow, which destroys our board state, I believe. Yeah, he pops 2 cards, which is really unfortunate, but doesn't matter because we didn't need them anyway. Because we can just reset with our Libero Spiker. And I think we can actually go for OTK here actually. So unfortunately we don't have 2 normal summons, but I think we will have enough with the Dunker. We go for UA Stadium. We have 3,000, 6,000, 8,300 damage, and yes, we have enough for lethal. As you can see, you just get damage from absolutely nowhere because of this field spell, and you can just randomly OTK someone. Really, really awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for more content.